Amongst the people present, there are 2 or 3 ironical rabbis. One of them asks, "Are you a doctor?" in such a way that even Job would lose his temper. "Yes, I am." "What do you teach?" "This I teach, to make the house of God a house of prayer, and not a usury or a marketplace. That is what I teach." Jesus is formidable. He looks like the archangel posted on the threshold of Eden. He has no flashing sword in his hand, but the beams from his eyes strike the impious mockers like lightning. Jesus has nothing in his hands. All he has is his wrath. And full of wrath, he walks fast and solemn between the benches. He scatters the coins which had been sorted out so meticulously according to their values. He turns over the benches and tables, and everything falls on the ground with great noise, in the bustle of rebounding metals and beaten wood, angry cries, shrieks of terror, and shouts of approval. He then snatches from the hands of the stable boys some ropes with which they were holding oxen, sheep, and lambs, and he makes a very hard lash in which the slip knots are real scourges. He lifts it, swings it, and strikes mercilessly with it. Yes, I can assure you, mercilessly. The unforeseen storm hits heads and backs. The believers move to one side, admiring the scene. The guilty ones, chased as far as the external walls, take to their heels, leaving their money on the ground, and abandoning, in a great confusion of legs, horns, and wings, their animals, some of which run and fly away. The bellows, bleatings, and fluttering of turtle doves and pigeons, added to the burst of laughter and shouting of the believers at the escaping usurers, overcome even the plaintive chorus of lambs slaughtered in another yard. Priests, rabbis, and Pharisees rush to the spot. Jesus is still in the middle of the yard, on his way back from the chase. The lash is still in his hands. "Who are you? How dare you do that? Upsetting the prescribed ceremonies. From which school are you? We do not know you. Neither do we know where you come from." "I am he who is mighty. I can do anything. Destroy this true temple, and I will raise it to give praise to God. I'm not upsetting the holiness of the house of God or of the ceremonies, but you are perturbing it, allowing his house to become the centre of usurers and merchants. My school is the school of God, the same school as the whole of Israel had when the eternal God spoke to Moses. You do not know me? You will know me. You do not know where I come from? You will learn." And turning towards the people, without noticing the priests any longer, tall in his white tunic, with his mantle open and blowing behind his back, his arms stretched out like an orator at the most important part of his speech, he says, "Listen, Israel. In Deuteronomy it is said, 'You are to appoint judges and scribes at all the gates, and they must administer an impartial judgment to the people. You must be impartial. You must take no bribes, for a bribe blinds wise men's eyes and jeopardizes the cause of the just. Strict justice must be your ideal, so that you may live in rightful possession of the land that Yahweh your God is giving you. Listen, Israel. In Deuteronomy it is said, the priests and scribes and the whole of the tribe of Levi shall have no share or inheritance with Israel, because they must live on the foods offered to Yahweh and on his dues. They shall have no inheritance among their brothers, because Yahweh will be their inheritance. Listen, Israel. In Deuteronomy it is said, You must not lend on interest to your brother, whether the lack be of money or food or anything else. You may demand interest on a loan of a foreigner. You will lend without interest to your brother, whatever he needs. The Lord said that.